Canva's added a lot over the few years I've been using it. It started out basically, its most beneficial feature is that you can very easily resize things. So if you find you're doing a lot of open house flyers, which then you need to make a Facebook event cover for your open house event, and then you also need to share it on your Instagram in a square format. Canva is very beneficial in being able to resize without having to recreate your design every time, which is great for us, especially because we do tons of events. So I'm always trying to create promotional items for those events and all the different formats, especially now because, as you guys know, every channel has their favorite size, basically. And Canva is great because it will let you choose all those sizes. And they're all built in. We've got one more person joining us, Sherry Shaw from Universal Title. Let me close some of my windows here, and then I'm going to bring up my Canva account for you guys. Now, one of the coolest things that Canva has added most recently is the ability to actually schedule your own social media content from within Canva using the graphics that you create. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here in a second. And all right, here we go. Share screen. Screen one, share. Okay, so this is Canva. When you create an account and get logged in, this is gonna be your landing page. This is the home page. The most beneficial things I want to show you are the variety of templates they have. Everything from open house flyers to, and this isn't actually listing them out exactly like I wanted, but this will let you scroll through all of the different templates that are available. I use them a lot for Instagram stories, especially since that's such a weird size.
Hey, Lauren, is an Instagram story the same as an Instagram reel?
You know, that's a good question. They are not the exact same because reels were only recently introduced.
Okay.
I think reels stay longer than 24 hours and stories disappear.
I think that's the main difference, yes.
Ah, okay.
Stories only have the 24-hour lifespan. So I'll often make stories and repost them, you know, a day or two apart just to catch additional viewers that I didn't see.
Ah, okay.
And your reels also can be longer than your stories. If you're watching somebody's story turns into a reel, or it says see more on reels, your reel can be a longer version.
So I thought a reel could only be 15 seconds though.
I think that's a story.
Right.
A story can only be 15 seconds.
Okay.
But if you upload a video that's longer than that to your stories, it should automatically cut it into 15-second snips for you.
Mm. Cool.
Yes. So oftentimes I will take our event flyers and pare down some of the information and make them fit for an Instagram story, especially since an 8.5 by 11 is pretty close to the same ratio as an Instagram story with that vertical format. Now, the other thing that Canva added in the recent years is that say you ended up making your business cards in Canva here, and then you can also straight order them from Canva, which is kind of a nice addition, a one-stop shop. For example, let's pick here. So let's customize this template. And for example, put my name there. And then I don't like this yellow. So the cool thing is that you can have your brand colors uploaded here. So for example, under the folders here, you can have your logos uploaded. You can upload your brand colors, which are here under the, if you go to.
Lauren, can you create your own folders?
You can. Watch this. It's really awesome. Boom, if you click on folders and create new, you can name it. And you can also, if you've got multiple team members sharing it, you can set certain people to see certain folders if you want.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I can create a new folder just for all my Kevin McGrath memes. That's amazing.
Yes.
You'll need two folders.
I stop it too. You can have a full Canva account for those memes.
So, I mean, like I have been pretty intimidated by Canva, but it looks like just getting on here, the most important thing is just to start playing around. And then, I mean, because I mean, it really does seem pretty user friendly. You just have to start clicking on all the buttons to see what you get. But now, question, as far as like the logos and photos and stuff like that, what kind of rules does Canva have as far as, you know, that you're getting,
Like,
that you're not plagiarizing or something like that?
so honestly, they don't have any rules for anything like that. I found the main limitation is size. Once you try to go above, I want to say it's like anything above like 70 or 80 inches is where you need to really stop using Canva and you need to start using a vector program like Adobe Illustrator. Once you get over a certain size, Canva just can't handle it. And now that was my experience about 2 years ago. So I'll do like our 23 by 28 posters in here, but anything banner sized, I have to do in a different program just so it keeps high resolution and will actually let me export at that size. So as far as logos and what you can upload, the opportunities are endless. We upload from any of the free stock sites. You know, there's stuff out there like it's called Pixels, or there's one called Pixabay, or we use Adobe Stock a lot of times, has some very high quality images. There's also another one out there right now that has a lot of diverse pictures called Nappy, and that's also a good source. But it's great because Canva lets you literally upload anything. Like I said, the main limitation is going to be size, but a lot of you guys
Lauren,
aren't creating.
could we just do like a little practice, like just looking behind McGrath's head, you see that Superman poster? Like, is that something like, could you create something like that, but you know, change the word to super agent or something like that?
Let's do that.
Yeah. Show me how easy it can be.
All right, I'm going to create a new design and we're going to make it, let's say you want it to be flyer size. So for us, that's an 8.5 by 11. So I'm actually going to choose a custom size. Now, if you're making it for anything else, you can choose any of these. But for us, I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 because that's a poster. And the cool thing is, so we're going to do, it lets you rename the design right off the bat. So when you download it, this will be the name of your file. So I'm going to do, I like to do, that's what I'm going to name it. And now let's start with searching the elements section. I'm going to search for a nice sky background because we see Superman there flying through the sky. Now what I can do is rotate this. Well, clouds look better that way, don't they? All right, let's do this. Got some nice cloud work there. Let's add some sweet Superman text here, or super agent text. Super agent. Let's make it one word just because it'll be like a superhero name. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to turn it yellow, and actually they've added some great new effects too in the fonts too. If you need it to stand off the background, you can add some lift here or some shadow. I like the lift personally, and you can adjust the intensity to make it stand off back there. See that? big difference. And then also you can do a curve, which is pretty cool. And then you can adjust that. Now that's all new features that Canva added too within the past couple of years. It didn't used to have that stuff. So let's see what else we can find. Let's just type in super. All right, so for example, let's use this kit here because I want to show you another cool thing you can do. You can also do some image editing within Canva. You just select the picture and click edit image. And what I can do is I can take out the background from behind our little man right here.
Is that on the, that's just on the premium edition or the pro edition?
We have the paid, which is not the pro. So I think they have 3 levels. So we're at the medium level, which is $12 a month.
So
Or-
if
If he has the pro. I was just looking at the pricing. It looks like pro is like $119 a year. But yeah.
Wow,
so,
that was really intense how you remove the background. Holy cow, you're like a scientist.
so if I just have the free account, can I do that though?
I don't think so.
You might not be able to with the free account, but because of the amount of things it does for you, this is worth it to get the $10 a month account. Trust me.
Wow.
I'll
So
show
is
you
this
some
something that we do we get like a group discount through FAAR, or we just say I want to pay for a membership and just gives us a price?
That's what you do. The second one.
Okay.
I do not work for Canva.
I'm like,
FAAR
can
does not.
I just throw Lauren's name out there and say, excuse me?
When you think about how much it is to do all this graphic design stuff and how much you can do on Canva, it's like this is putting so many graphic designers out of business. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's very versatile. I've got a question real quick, Lauren, on fonts. So I use Canva for all of my, social media stuff, and there's a font that they got rid of, and I can still like grandfather it in, but like, how would I ever be able to go back and like download a font and bring it into Canva if that's even a thing?
It's so easy, actually. So
Prove
Canva lets you upload fonts to your brand kit. Now, again, this is probably only available in the paid version to be able to upload all your branding things. But like I said, it's so worth it.
Where do I download a font then?
Okay, so exactly. So there's websites out there called like one I've used for expos in the past. When I do big events, sometimes I'll use a special font. So defont.com is a place where you can find free fonts. And they'll have, they'll tell you whether it's free for commercial use or free for public use or free or exactly what you can use it for. So what you can do is go to your brand kit.
Like DAFONT?
Yeah, DAFONT, exactly. And there's other fonts too. Google has a font area now where you can use Google fonts, but I think most of the Google fonts are built into Canva already. So this would be only for like if you're trying to use a very special font. But what you can do is in your brand kit area, it has a spot to let you upload those fonts. And let me see if I can find that real quick. If I went to home here and then back to my brand kit, and it'll have all my logos up there. And this is where you can upload the font. You can also select what you like already upload your brand fonts, and those will come up at the top of your text area anytime you're going to add text. So ours are Railway and Lotto. So when I'm editing the text over here, you see Railway and Lotto are my top ones that are recommended. But then it also gives me tons of options down here and tons of options, period, honestly. For example, there's so many fonts in here, you'll never run out of fonts.
Well, that's why I'm shocked that they got rid of the one that I was using.
And no, your favorite one, darn it. I've uploaded 2 in the entire time I've used Canva. So it's got a wide variety of things in there. Like certain ones.
The other big thing with the brand kit is your colors. Instead of searching all over for the right hex code, once you put in the brand kit, then your designs will always have the right colors because they're right there in your brand kit.
Exactly. Which show up when you click on colors things, like our brand colors are all right here. We've got the FAAR colors and then the realtor blue. So it's pretty easy to click around and adjust and change things. Like, look at that, totally different style now, basically. And that was just a pre-made template. And they've got templates for all kinds of different things. Now, if you're like, I'm not so sure about the designing part of it, we did have a design class offered, I want to say right at the beginning of COVID, so early 2020. Angel Piontek with CBE hosted it, and we do have that recording available on the FAAR website under faarmembers.com/online-education. So if you're looking for some inspiration, that's available for you. And then Canva also has tons of resources too. They've got this Learn tab here where they've got tutorials on getting started. If you want more help with designing certain things, if you're working on your branding or your marketing. And they also they give a free version for nonprofits and things like that. So if you volunteer somewhere, you can always use that to use Canva for free. So one of the other cool things I wanted to show you, let me go back to my dude over here. You see, since I created these new ones, they're already at the front of my my new designs. So it's pretty easy to get back into them. So one of the cool things that Canva does now too, is you can download things as MP4s or GIFs. You can animate things, like for example, if you wanted him to blow up on your screen a little bit or tumble in, look at that. Oh gosh, crazy. Well, you can set a time on those. Let's see. And like I said, the fun thing about this is that it's so easy to resize. If this isn't the size you want it in, you can easily pick another size here. For example, presentation is 1920 by 1080. So that's good for video.
Would you look at that Instagram story? It's right on there as one of your choices.
Isn't it awesome?
So now, is this something that it would be difficult if you were sending somebody something, them opening it on their phone versus on their laptop, as far as when you start adding all the different MP things?
So when you go to download it, it depends on how you're sharing it. Because I personally usually download the file itself and send the file. Now, if you want, you can share templates with other people that they can copy, but not edit your own if they're using a version of Canva as well. That's one way if you want them to be able to edit their own versions of whatever you made. Or you can also use Canva as a presentation software too. It can kind of replace PowerPoint for you. For example, just change that just so we can see page 1 and page 2. If you come down here, you can present full screen. Boom, page 1 of your presentation, and page 2 of your presentation. So you can kind of use it as cloud storage almost. If you're making your presentations in Canva, you can log into Canva wherever you are and use that as a presenter feature. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hey, Lauren.
Yes.
Sean Carrington. I don't know if you can hear, he or she lost the sound. I don't know if that's still the case.
Oh no, I just admitted them back into the. Hey, Sean, can you hear us now? I guess I got to keep talking in order to.
I says we can hear you now.
Okay, great, fantastic. And feel free. You guys are doing a great job of asking questions. Feel free to keep going.
One quick one on the effects of when you're on Super Agent and you want to do the effects. Can you do more than one of the effects, or do you just choose one?
Good question.
I love the neon.
Yeah. It looks like it's only one at a time.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. I've been playing around with it.
But now, if you were to create a different box, then you could have,
exactly, you could adjust that to a different one.
okay.
Or you could copy and paste that super agent and just layer it.
That's true. I've done that before a few times too, where I've been
That's
trying
getting
to
too fancy for me, Clay. I can't handle that. It's too fancy.
High level Canva. Yeah.
yeah, look at that.
Yeah, look at that. I think my favorite part about Canva is the undo button. When I go too far, I say undo, take it back, take it back. Yeah.
So what was the one thing we were missing in the Superman poster? The city. So I wonder if it'll let me take out the background of that and put it behind them. Let me show you. So there's this position button here too. That's how you can move things forward and backwards. So I'm going to position that backwards behind our little man here. And there we go. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lauren, you are so talented. It's crazy.
That's pretty amazing, Lauren.
Are you also trying to tell us that all agents are babies? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
Yeah. So the other thing I want to add too is it does a good job of letting you access your previous design. So if you ended up making like your logo in here, you can find it in previous things you've made. If you need to, bring older designs into your newer things, that's one way you can do it. What else can I tell you? Oh, so they've got, I told you can download video. So you can upload video too. Now, I think it only lets you do about 5 seconds per slide though. That's the only downside. So it's great for intros. I don't know if you guys have watched the latest Carrie videos that I've done. Her intros were all done in Canva. Let's see.
Hey, real quick, Lauren, on back of the animations, there's a function or feature there to group the different elements. So you got to keep in mind that the animation is based on the element. So if you group them, it's only going to animate them as one. So you see how it happened. So you can, if you keep them separate, then you can have separate animations. But if you group them, it'll come in together as one. But if it was separate, then you could change it.
Exactly.
So
Gosh, gotta love Canva. Okay, so now the coolest thing that I think Canva has added is you made all your graphics. Now what are you going to do with it? Canva added a content planner that actually links to your services. So what it do, it'll let you pick your recent projects. For example, I want to do this one because the foundation is doing a wine pool installation. So what's cool is I've already got my Twitter linked, but look at all these channels that you can link and basically plan your social media directly from Canva. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook groups, that's a big one. That's new for Canva, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Slack, and Tumblr. So I'm going to choose, for example, let's do our Instagram business. We already have an Instagram business account, so I'm going to connect via Facebook. This is me. And this is my business account, FAAR members. And I'm going to click next. And I want to use my main FAAR page with Canva. And then I'm going to click next. I'm just showing you how easy it is to set it up. I do want Canva to have all the permissions so it can post for me. So I'm going to click done, and then it's going to link. So that's pretty simple to link your accounts. Boom. And then it has me choose which page I want. Instagram only accepts one page per post. So this first one is great. My caption is going to be, don't miss the Fredericksburg Realtor Foundation wine pool. Your night, you can go home could win a bottle of champagne. And all right, so what I can do is I can schedule this to go out now, or schedule it for a certain time, or I can save the draft and schedule it for later. And apparently, save and schedule actually schedules it for immediately, whereas save draft will let you pick a time later. What do you guys think about that? Isn't that nice? And they have uploaded dates in here already for you. Like I didn't put those in. So what else can I show you guys? Just it's got so much available for you to use. Let's see. I showed you how you could remove the background. There are also some other effects in that area. You can play with, for example, let's go edit image. You can do fun colors. You can get really funky with it. Let me show you how easy it is to do an open house flyer. I can literally just search open house flyer. And oh my goodness, look at all of these pre-built templates for you, ready to use. It's super easy to adjust any of these, change the colors to match your brand, anything like that. And there's a wide variety of formats here, whether you're looking to create a flyer from the beginning or start off with a social media image. It can be as simple as this, a picture with 3 lines of text, or you can upload a ton of photos. So let's do this one. Got a nice open house flyer here. Under my uploads, let's see if I have any house photos here. All right, look at this. Here's my listing, downtown Fredericksburg. Boom, 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 look at that. If you're using some of the frames and the templates, a lot of them just snap right in. That one may not be good for right there. Let's see if we're fine.
Okay, that's amazing though too, that it does just crop it like that. Like you don't have
Isn't
to
that
keep on.
awesome?
Yes. I wish that's the way that my clothes did.
With the snap offs, it works the opposite way, but not quite on, right? Oh, so easy. You can drop in your photo here. Let's see. Like we've got Sharon here. Like Sharon's gonna be our agent. Go Sharon. Boom. So Canva is it's great because it can make it as simple or as complex as you want. What else can I show you guys? It's great also because if you're like me and you use Canva all the time, they added a search bar so you can search through things you've uploaded in the past. At this point, I've been using Canva since I started at FAAR, and I probably have 1,000+ graphics in here, between logos and photos and just all the daily in and out of things that I've been doing in Canva. It's great. I can't imagine using other tools, but I can't imagine them doing things as quickly for me as Canva can. So I talked to you a little bit about it being able to do video stuff. Let me show you some of the other things it can do for you. Oh, and by the way, it's not just it's not just available on desktop. There are apps for iPhone and Android as well. So I don't know, for Instagram, a lot of times I'll post from my phone just to see if it has a better reach, because I don't know if you guys know this, but the different channels will kind of know where you're posting from. So if you're posting through a scheduler like Hootsuite or Canva, the channel typically knows that and might give you different traffic based on where you're posting from. So it's always fun to play around with posting through Canva, posting through your Instagram on your phone, and seeing where you're getting better results. So I personally love, sometimes I'll make a graphic on canva.com on my computer, and then a few minutes later, I'll open up the app on my phone and download the image from my phone. So that way I can just do it right there from my phone, even though it was easier for me to design using the desktop computer. So that it does give you those options, which are very convenient if you're like me and doing stuff on the go a lot of time too. Let's see, the other couple things that Canva has available for you. If you go down to the bottom, if you're editing something and scroll to the bottom, it should have, actually, where is that? It might be on the Canva homepage or under, if you go into any of these other sections of Canva, it's funny, I'm trying to find that spot. Now I can't find it for you. Okay, finally found it. So I was looking for the footer here because they really break it down into all the different things they have. So I wanted to show you that they have resources for if you're trying to figure out font combinations, if you need trying to find a palette or a certain set of colors, or if you're making a logo, it's got specific areas for those things. So I went over here to access this page again. If you go to features and scroll all the way down, it'll give you all these lists. So for example,
and can you search by like Pantone color?
That's a good question. I use the Hex Codes. I don't use the Pantone colors.
Okay.
But do you have the Hex Codes? Because that's what most of these will, it'll be a 6-digit combination of letters and numbers for your main color.
Okay. I mean, I'll have to go look. I just know that I do have some of like our logo colors that were sent out.
Yeah.
It was a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know what it meant. So yeah, I'll go back and try to plug that in now.
So typically they will give you a hex code, and yeah, Canva 100% will accept that code. Which this is FAAR orange, and so I have this one memorized, but typically you do not have your color codes memorized. But it's nice because it'll give you, based on that orange, here's a complementary blue. Here's another orange that'll work for monochromatic. Here's a fun palette for if I need 3 colors. I'm not a fan of the triadic, but you know, you can easily build what you need. And the other cool thing that Canva does too, if you're working in an image too, is it'll pull the colors from that picture. If you're looking, for example, here, when I'm going to change the text on this, it's pulling the photo colors from the sky I uploaded and from our little guy. So if you wanted to match anything to him, it's very easy to. How awesome is that? You see that?
Freaking amazing.
Right? Oh, I love it. What do you think, Wendy?
I think it's great. I'm learning a lot.
Oh,
I just
awesome.
signed up. I just signed up for it, and I haven't even really opened it up and played with it yet. So this is very helpful. Thank you.
Good. What do you think, Thelma?
I think it's awesome. I haven't really played around in it yet myself, but I have had a couple of other agent where I'm at show me how to use it and go through some things. But it's awesome. I like it.
Thank you. I agree, man. Like I said, couldn't imagine working without this tool. I must be doing too much in it. Okay, so the other thing you can do is it's got additional features. Like if you're making a two-page flyer, what you can do is you can duplicate the first page and add whatever you want on the back whether you want to add something different, or for example, we had our guy on the front. Let's do our girl in the back. We'll do, let's see if we can edit her different way. Let's see. They've also got some other filters on here like auto enhance, focus, screen, make it look retro. Let's do that one. Let's not do that one. Pixelate. So there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. You know, you're your only limit really with all of this. So what else? Showed you how to do multiple pages. Now, if you're, let's say you're building something from scratch and you need to align a bunch of items. So I'm going to do, for example, a bunch of squares here. These are going to be text boxes for some information we're going to share. For example, if say didn't have this, actually works better with 3, so let me add one more. It's nice too, because as you're working, you'll see these little guides pop up. So if you're working with things that you want to be kind of straight, and there's a little zoom in portion down here, you need to get a little closer. Okay, so notice my things aren't exactly aligned. What you can do is you can select multiple by dragging over them, or I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're selecting multiple items, in a lot of programs, you can use Shift to select only the specific items you're looking for. So that selected this one, and this one. Whereas if you're trying to do the drag and drop and select, you can't really do that. So the Shift key is a great key when you're working with multiple items and trying to select them at the same time. So for example, I'm going to position these so that way they line up. I want them to be even. So I'm going to line them up middle here. And you can also use the tidy up functions. Those will tidy up things for you too. Well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted, but I'm going to do it down here, position, middle, and you see it moved this one up a little bit so that they went just in row. So that looks pretty even. The other thing you can do is you can actually lock text. You can lock things in certain places if you know you're going to be, say, repeating the same element over and over again. What I can do is I can select both of those and I can group them. So now anytime I go to move that box, they'll be grouped together. And the same, if I wanted to say I needed to duplicate this, I can copy and paste, and boom. It's just great for formatting and keeping things even and aligned. It really does a great job. What else? I don't know what that little star is right there. That's not on any of my graphics. It's interesting. What else? It's got tons of elements built into it, whether you need like an icon or some fun behind graphics stuff, like boom, boom, look at that. Blue, let's do it blue, purple, there we go. Backwards, super agent, and then what else? Sometimes if you search for things like gradient or fade, you can come up with some stuff that can help add a little pizzazz to your artwork. Like this gradient here, we'll put behind them. Position, backwards, backwards. There we go. So now we've got a cool fade in the background too. So you can really do a lot with just simple layering and knowing what to search for. For example, I'll use one of the favorite shapes I like to use is called star, one of these, because it brings attention. I like this one. I can't do capitals M because it mutes my microphone for Zoom. But thanks to the handy dandy uppercase, lowercase maker, you can easily flip between uppercase and lowercase quickly. Woo. You can also adjust. It makes it really easy to adjust font and letter spacing. So I can bump up my lines real quick so it looks more normal, or I can also spread out my text there that way too. You can also adjust, that's new actually, just like in Word, how you can anchor the text to the top of the box, the middle box, or the lower box, or Excel. It lets you do that here too. So, man, it's just jam-packed full of features. Like I said, it's great. That one doesn't look so good. Yeah. It used to not let you do different styles of fonts within the same box, but now if they're on a separate line with an inner dividing them, you can adjust separate styles on different lines within the same text box. In the past, you had to upload a different text box for every different style of font that you wanted, or any changes, like if you wanted to bump the next line down to a different font size, you would have to do a different text box. So now when I design, I typically try and do text boxes one line per text box. In that case, I can adjust all the different text boxes individually if I so choose.
One of my favorite things about Canva is just it allows me to be super consistent online. You know what I'm saying? Like once you make one of these, if you were doing a super agent, that's the way you like, you know, welcomed each agent to your office. You would just put a new picture in there every time and leave every single thing else the same. And it just, I think that really, yeah, I think it really helps to have that consistency when your folks are scrolling through social media and stuff. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great. The number of templates it gives you, because it'll suggest just about anything you're looking for. I always start there, even when I'm coming up with our new designs. It's just phenomenal. And with its capabilities to connect to other apps, you're basically unstoppable. I mean, the fact that you can upload it to social media instantly from Canva is awesome. And the fact that you can upload it to, if you're using MailChimp, it connects to MailChimp. So you can upload like your email headers directly into your email client. I could talk about it all day. But if you guys don't have any more questions, I think I've showed you just about all that it does now. I'm sure you'll find more stuff because they keep adding new stuff every day. So.
Lauren, I know you just went over.
Thanks, Lauren. I'm gonna hop off and join y'all back at 11.
All right. It's a different link for the video class.
Yes, ma'am. I got that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Thelma.
Lauren, I was going to ask, you can make, can you do postcards out of this? Because like I said, I haven't went through all of the things. Okay. Okay.
You certainly can. And that's what I do. I do our serial drive postcards in here. You can choose. I don't know. I don't remember whether it tells you where you're not supposed to design things. So that way it fits the mail. Let's look at one of these. Because I do know. Cool. So I guess it lets you design the back. When I did ours for serial drive, there we go. So I did the front side and then The back side, I think I just added some boxes. I added a box for the stamp. I think for the postal service, you can't add anything like here or in the bottom like inch or so, I want to say, are the requirements. I think that's the only stipulations from the post office. But no, it's perfect for that. I love it. Wendy or Sean, you guys have any questions?
No, I'm going to pop off too, but I want to say thank you. This was a great introduction. I had ordered this and then saw that you guys had a class, so it seemed to work out perfect. So thank you so much.
Yeah, let me know if you ever need anything else. Like I said, I'm in it every day, so I'd like to think I know what I'm doing until they move stuff around, but I'll find it again eventually.
It looks like you could stay on here for hours and hours and hours.
So I could, and I do.
Thanks again. I appreciate it.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. All right, Sean, how's it going? I'm sorry, your audio cut out for a while there. Hopefully, we're able to get you back with us. But if there's no more questions, if you want, I can post the webinar link at 11. There's an hour-long webinar hosted by HD Bros, and they're going to talk about how to use video to gain more sales. And it's going to be a great class. I'm going to sit through the whole thing and take notes because I know he's got some good stats to offer and things like that. So that's why we're ending tech time early today.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you, Lauren. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad
Okay, have a good one.
you joined us.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'll post the Zoom.